Welcome to News of Electronics Weekly. I'm your host, Pavel Yankovich, and today we're diving into the most important stories shaping the electronic world weekly, from Intel's bold moves to quantum computing investments in the EU. Let's get started. First up, Intel is making headlines. The company has been facing some serious challenges recently, and it has attracted the attention of industry heavyweights like Arm Holdings and Qualcomm. There were talks about Arm acquiring parts of Intel's production division, but Intel didn't take the offer. CEO Pat Gelsinger is leading a major restructuring, laying off over 10,000 employees and cutting $10 billion in costs to navigate these turbulent times. And it's not just Arm that's showing interest. Qualcomm is also considering buying parts of Intel to expand beyond mobile chips. Intel has split its product and manufacturing divisions, and Arm's interest in the product division shows just how competitive the chip sector has become. Arm is making waves, especially after its successful IPO, and expanding beyond smartphones into Intel's core markets like personal computers and servers. If that acquisition had gone through, it would have been a game changer. But despite these shakeups, Intel isn't selling yet. Gelsinger is focused on turning the company around, and it looks like it will take some time. Meanwhile, Qualcomm is dealing with its own restructuring, including layoffs, and they are eyeing acquisitions to diversify their portfolio. In these uncertain times, Intel's strategy of separating product and manufacturing divisions could reshape the chip industry in big ways. With competition heating up, it will be interesting to see how these giants navigate the landscape. On another front, Intel is considering outside investments. Apollo Global Management may step in, and there is talk of Intel selling part of its stake in Altera, a company it acquired back in 2015. Selling Altera could give Intel the financial boost it needs as it adjusts to the tough competition and market pressure. All these developments highlight the uncertainties surrounding Intel's future. But one thing is clear, the semiconductor world is watching closely. Next, let's talk about the European Union's latest move into quantum technology. The EU is making a massive 65 million euros investment in quantum chips. This funding comes through the Digital Europe program and is part of a broader push to make Europe a leader in quantum computing, AI, and cybersecurity. Quantum chips are essential for the future of computing, and the EU's goal is to strengthen its technological independence and global competitiveness in the field. This investment fits into the larger framework of the EU's Chips Act, which was launched to improve Europe's semiconductor supply chain. The Act supports research and development in the semiconductor industry while encouraging partnerships between industry and research institutions. With 65 million euros on the table, the EU hopes to accelerate innovation in quantum computing and reduce its reliance on external providers. To give you an idea of the timeline, on Wednesday, October the 2nd, the first call for proposals under the CHIPS joint undertaking will close. This will focus on supporting SMEs and startups in the semiconductor space through competence centers. Now, news from Siemens EDA. Siemens EDA just announced the release of new tools in their 2409 update, specifically Xpedition NXG and HyperLynx NXG. These next-generation electronic design tools are a big step forward, helping engineers to tackle modern design challenges like growing complexity, supply chain issues, and workforce constraints. One of the standout features of these platforms is their AI-driven design capabilities, which are designed to optimize workflows and cut down on repetitive tasks. This means engineers can spend more time on innovation and problem solving and less time on the mundane. The platforms also feature improved cloud collaboration, which allows teams to work together seamlessly no matter where they are. This is a huge advantage for global teams or organizations managing multiple projects in different regions. Engineers can now access resources, make updates in real time, and share critical data without any geographical limitations. On top of that, Siemens has implemented a digital thread to ensure continuity throughout the entire product lifecycle, making collaboration across teams more efficient and improving decision-making. Security is another priority with this release. Siemens has partnered with major cloud service providers like Amazon AWS and Microsoft Azure to ensure top-notch security for intellectual property and compliance with industry standards. For those interested in testing out those new tools, Syntex, an official Siemens distributor, is offering free trials of Xpedition 2409 and HyperLynx 2409 as well. It's a great opportunity to see how these tools can enhance design workflow and productivity. Looking ahead, Siemens is planning to release PET's Professional NXG in March 2025, which will target mid and low-end market segments. This ensures that a broader range of users, from startups to larger enterprises, will have access to these advanced tools, solidifying Siemens' leadership in the electronic design automation industry. Before we wrap up, here's some quick news to keep you up to speed. Meta's new Orion AR glasses are out and they are priced at hefty $10,000 to produce. These glasses are packed with 7 cameras and are compact, but still a bit bulky. There is talk of improvements coming in the second generation, but it seems like the first iteration is more a prototype than a fully finished product. Siemens and TSMC are strengthening their partnership, integrating Siemens EDA tools into TSMC's Open Innovation Platform. This collaboration will enhance chip design efficiency for advanced nodes, pushing the boundaries of next-generation semiconductor technology. Electronics production growth has slowed down this year. Europe and North America in particular are seeing weaker demand, though the automotive and industrial electronics sectors are holding up better than consumer electronics. The outlook remains mixed, with companies adapting to shifting market dynamics. Intel's Agilex 3 FPGAs are pushing forward, and Altera, which is under Intel's umbrella, is starting to carve out a more independent direction. Altera's restructuring signals their intention to take on more responsibility within Intel's larger strategy, while the Agilex 3 line is focused on high-performance computing and AI, showing Intel's ongoing commitment to innovation. Micron Technology has reported their Q4 earnings with revenue of $4.01 billion. While that's a slight increase from the previous quarter, it's still down compared to last year. Micron has faced challenges from weak demand and inventory adjustments in the memory market. Despite these obstacles, the company is optimistic about future growth, particularly in the AI and data center sectors. And that's all for this episode of News of Electronics Weekly. We'll be back next week with more updates on the latest trends and news from the world of electronics and hardware design. Stay tuned and thanks for listening. Bye-bye.